So there is some inner conflict. It came out sideways like this. For the Eight of Swords, we also have the Star card that came out. So what this is telling me right now is that there is some inner conflict that is being preceded or instigated. That is being instigated by outside forces. So you could be triggered by, overstimulation, or triggered by maybe things just aren't kind of working out, like you've got a string of bad luck, and so it's causing you to go internally and take all of that negativity, the darkness, the icky energy, and bring it all inwards and hold it in rather than learning to transmute it. Now that's what we have with the Star. The Star is a message to allow yourself to transmute that energy, to allow yourself to use what it is that you have been given to then make better for yourself or make better for those around you. At the top of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. So the beginning of understanding your emotions, the beginning of realizing that in order for things to flow properly, you have to be open to giving. Not only giving, but also open to receiving. You have to be open in general. Your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. It all has to be open and allow for new things to come in while also allowing for things to be taken away. I feel like with the Ace of Cups and the Star card, there is this sense of bursting out of your bubble. There's this sense of, for some reason, I'm being very drawn to the fire that's behind the cup as well as the actual star right here, almost as if it's trying to get us to burst out of our bubble and allow us to truly live and see what it is that's in front of us. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress card. So that could be anybody in your life, including yourself, who is embodiment of the Empress card. So embodiment of fertility, embodiment of nature, embodiment of nurturing, but also understanding and discipline, right? Mother Nature, she is not just some caring, loving caregiver, right? She is a force to be reckoned with when she wants, right? She can tear down houses. She can divide lands. Mother Nature is, in fact, the embodiment of the Empress card, in my opinion, in this particular reading, because it is a reminder for us to allow ourselves to not only be able to create, but be able to discipline and demolish. In order for that, again, we are followed by the whole transmuting energy, the changing of one thing, allowing yourself to become something different by what's given to you, okay? We're going to see, are there any other cards or any other messages? Don't allow yourself to second guess, okay? Don't allow yourself to kind of put yourself in this continuation or this continued bubble that you keep putting yourself in. You're allowing yourself to be involved into situations where the energy is harsh or constantly moving, and it's not finding its direction. It's not finding its proper direction. It's not I feel like there's a word, almost as if it's static energy, where it can't be absorbed, except for the fact that it's not static in the sense that it's not moving. It is constantly flowing, and it is constantly traveling from me to you, to this person, to that thing over there, to that living thing over there, to that plant, to this person who then comes in, to then this person, to then that person, right? It is something that is constantly moving and transferring, because it can't figure out who is best to transmute it. It can't figure out where it needs to go. And so that's the energy that I'm talking about. While it may be static in the sense that it's not finding its place or its purpose, it's not static in the fact that it's still, right? It is constantly moving. It is constantly vying and trying to be transformed, to be transmuted, to be absorbed by somebody else. A lot of us tend to have a habit of absorbing things and not letting them go, not letting them do what they need to do. We absorb them because we think that it is for us, when really we are to absorb them for somebody else, to hold it in a special place, to hold it, to heal it, to to transform it into something else, so that way when the next person comes who needs it, who it's supposed to go to, when you transfer that energy to them, it matches them properly. That is what your job is. That is what our job is to do. So anyways, like I said, we're going to see if there's any other cards that want to come out. Oh. And we have the Page of Cups followed by the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So the Page of Cups in this aspect with the King of Wands is more so talking about how you have all of these plans. You have all of these aspirations and dreams that you have conjured up that you feel like your life should be about, or you feel like your purpose is, when in reality it's something else, because you're thinking of it from a childlike stance. You're thinking of it from a open mind, which there's not a bad thing with that. However, you have to allow yourself to remember or use the things that you've learned throughout your life, so that way the progression and aging and maturing of said energy or of said purpose or of said instant circumstance is appropriate for the area, the time, the energy, the people around you. You don't want to take a brilliant, fiery, thorough idea and think of it through the eyes of just a child without thinking about what it would look like to a middle-aged man, or thinking about what it would look or feel like to a middle-aged woman, right? You have to be able to think of everything from all aspects in order to transmute the energy, in order to use what it is that you have been given to make something better for somebody else, okay? Don't allow your dreams or your wishes to overshadow your work, to overshadow your job. While we all have a job here physically, there is an energetic job that our soul came here to do. And in order for it to do that, we have to kind of follow in its footsteps. We have to allow ourselves to be taken over by said energy and to follow along with it and allow ourselves to do what it needs us to do. It's almost like, you think of it like how we think of the universe as a separate body than our body, or the universe as a separate body than the soul, or the universe is separate than God, right? Think of it like that. Our energy and our soul's purpose is different than what our physical energy and what our physical purpose is. They can be on the same line and they can be on the same path, but sometimes they're going to collide. And in order to combat that, you have to remember that you can change your mind. You can change what it is that you're feeling and move it over to something that makes more sense for the feelings, the circumstances, the energies, the times that's at hand. Okay, I'm kind of just babbling on here because for some reason I feel like it is very hard for somebody to understand, that it's just not clicking in their head that this is all about your own perspective. Change your perspective and things will start to make sense to you. Change the way that you have been working, the way that you have been living your life, doing your workings, meditating, even writing, even just change something about your perspective and everything else will begin to follow. Now remember, like I said before at the beginning, don't allow yourself to get stuck or to get trapped or to stay stagnant in the energy that is trying to hold you down, and the energy that you have absorbed that has not been transmuted. Don't allow yourself to get stuck there. Remember to break free and allow things to flow like they need to. And in order to do that, you have to have a change in perspective and a change in thought processes, okay? That is the reading that I have for you guys today. I hope it resonated with you, and I love you. Bye.